Hi, welcome to the debate show on the TZF, where we'll be debating about various topics such as pop culture, sports, public controversies, and local affairs. I'm Janice Jean Lewis, joined by Fitzbert Jonathas.
Hi, I'm First. Before we start debating, I'll answer what made TCF. It started in high school where my friends and I within the track team developed a relationship that became something I can't describe. Initially, we named ourselves the TCF, Fighters, to give us a squad name soon after we became the Zone Friends due to the fact each and every one of us through battles, sacrifices, and through heavy drinking. Especially with the singing, as it flew by, we formed a brotherhood. We'll say more throughout the season.
That was touching, but let's debate. Going back to the Super Bowl, what do you think was the reason for the Patriots' loss?
Oh, man. Let's start off with the defense. Straight up terrible. You know what I mean? It's like for Bill Belichick's mindset, especially throughout the halftime, I feel like he should have put in Butler because Rowe got destroyed by Alshon Jeffrey, Zach Ertz. He gave out so many yards, you know what I mean? It's terrible, you know what I mean? And like, it's just terrible management, you know? But for the offense, I don't really blame Brady, you know what I mean? He tried his best, you know what I mean? You can't blame him for the fumbles and the interception as well, you know what I mean? But that one play that Brady should have did was catch the ball with his butterfingers, I swear. But, you know what I mean? It's just like his life, you know what I mean? We'll get them next time.
So who's the main culprit, in your opinion?
Bill Belichick.
Bill Belichick?
Yeah, straight up. He's really petty, you know what I mean? It's just like he should have made that change, as I said before. What do you think?
It's funny that you say that because I personally believe it was all on the defense. The defense was, I believe it was 10 for 16 on third down, and then 2 for 2 on fourth down. So in total, that's like 12 for 18 for third and fourth down, and that's like a 75%, that's a 75% conversion.
Yeah.
So like, how can Brady win the game when his defense doesn't give him a chance to get back on the field? You know what I mean? And there was a stretch in the fourth quarter where they had the ball for 7 minutes, and the Eagles did, and they scored, and our defense, there was plenty of fourth downs where they didn't get the stops. All right, they didn't get any pressure on the QB, and the one sack of the game was on Brady. And unfortunately, it was the reason why we lost because there was a strip sack and everything. And I get that Belichick didn't put in Butler, but Butler's not responsible for the missed tackles or the lack of pressure on the QB. And unfortunately, even though we were close to winning, we couldn't have won with that defense because as we've seen earlier in the season, we started 2-2, and it wasn't because of the offense. It was mainly in the defense. And those problems came back to bite us in the end.
Yeah, especially with the no sacks.
Yeah.
That was just terrible, you know what I mean? And like Gronk is considered retirement, and like we already lost our defensive coach, you know what I mean? Thank God we have.
Maybe that's a good thing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, yeah. So I'm trying to like, for this offseason, we definitely got to draft a quarterback, you know what I mean? To like get a backup for Brady. Because we know damn right he's not going to last another 5 years.
Well, he's the best of all time, so I wouldn't count him out.
I don't know. If he was the best of all time, then he should have caught the pass.
That's just one play in the fourth quarter. I mean, in the first quarter, that just shouldn't define the whole game.
Yeah, that's true.
Our defense had a chance, and they didn't.
But I feel it disrespected us with the same play, though.
Yeah.
You know, you can't.
It was kind of smart, though, because they executed it and we didn't. It was good thinking on that part. So I give kudos to Philly. They beat us that day. No excuses. I don't want to hear anything about the refs. But our defense could have showed up and played better.
Yeah,
Maybe then I would be more accepting, but it's a tough pill to swallow. Yeah.
What do you think about the Cavs' demise and then like what's with the off season?
The Cavs, I think their recent acquisitions from the trade deadline is going to pay dividends, but I don't see them beating the Celtics because personally I think LeBron's going to carry the team, but I don't trust Kevin Love. I don't trust Rodney Hood or George Hill. They're not battle-tested. And Kyrie Irving's a special talent. And when we traded for him, I thought we gave up too much. We gave up Jay Crowder, first-round pick and everything, and IT. And I was like, I think IT and Kyrie Irving, they're kind of on the same level. Kyrie's a little bit better.
Yeah.
So at first I thought we lost the trade. But then I realized, I feel like Brad Stevens' system is what made IT prosper. It made him better. And Kyrie, he relishes any situation. He's clutch. We've seen it versus Golden State. And he's young, so I think he can carry us and propel us over LeBron. I just don't see the Cavs going to the finals this year. Like, people talking about them beating Warriors, they have to beat the Celtics or Toronto. And DeMar DeRozan's on another level, too, so I don't know about that.
That's true. And I also got to add, like, if you think about it, the Cavs is the oldest organization team, in the league. You know what I mean? But I'm glad they did all that trade, you know what I mean? IT didn't fit the system well. And I felt bad for the kid, you know what I mean? He just literally got put his whole 3 years within the Celtics now. Yeah. And he played, like, only 15 games with the Cavs, you know what I mean? And, like, the organization is just terrible, you know what I mean? Bad management. Dan Gilbert with LeBron, the relationship is just, like, negative right now, you know what I mean? And it's like, now, like, I'm okay with the GM's decision to, like, trade Jay Crowder, Isaiah Thomas, a bunch of key players, you know what I mean? But it's best for LeBron, you know what I mean? They're trying to build around LeBron. And hopefully, I feel like LeBron's definitely not going to leave. So we'll see what comes for his way.
I agree with everything that's going on. I just don't like how they're putting the blame on Isaiah Thomas. Because as you've seen before he came back, they were struggling on defense. They weren't getting stops. And it just intensified when he got back. So I just feel like the whole team as a whole wasn't that good. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it was Kevin Love, Jeff Green, and LeBron James. There was nobody else besides them making plays. And it continued. And then IT coming back didn't help. Like, he was taking dumb shots. He's only averaging like 14 points a game, like on 36% field goal. So I just feel like as a whole, Cleveland just needs a new approach to what they're doing. They need to let go of LeBron, probably trade him because he's probably going to leave.
Maybe, but he has that no trade clause if you think about it. So
he's going to be a free agent.
So we'll see. What do you think about the late T given now league services?
I love it.
Really?
I love it because a lot of people, that, like, especially if you work in Boston, and then, like, you live outside of the city. So you need transportation to get home late at night. And, like, when you close, you might close at like 12:30 or 1 a.m. So it's also good to have reliable transportation. But what the problem is now is, like, there's safety issues going on. Like, people might get assaulted late at night or robbed. So it's good to have that measure. Like, I understand that sometimes people don't want to do it because it's just a lot for the budget, but you're saving lives. You know what I mean? Like, from 12 to 4 a.m., that's perfect because you never know. Like, maybe you go out to a party and you don't have enough money for, like, a Lyft or an Uber, but you have enough for the bus.
That's true. I totally agree with you, but I kind of really feel bad for the workers, you know what I mean? It's like sometimes they don't want to, like, make that extension, especially when they want to spend some time with their family and stuff. And someone's almost majority of the time, they have second jobs, you know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like a 24 hours thing. And, like, but at the same time, the company is making good money, you know what I mean? But, for example, like the MBTA, keep raising the money for our T-passes and stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, here's the thing about MBTA. It's like, I'm not personally a fan of them. You know what I mean? They're rude. You know what I mean? It's like, I understand they always care about their customers first. You know what I mean? Trying to get the revenue in. Yeah. But it's like, for them to feel satisfied, and every time you see those, like, billboards of saying our tax money clean the buses and trains, I honestly don't. You know? But I feel like they needed, like, to, like, sort themselves and try to figure something out and, like, try to, like, make the tea better, especially, like, for when people's going home around, like, midnight and stuff. But at the same time, you do have a point, though. Like, they are saving lives. You know what I mean? But at the same time, some of the workers could probably be tired. You know what I mean? So what if, like, one of them is probably, like, tired, then next thing you know, accidents. You know what I mean? You never know. But it could go both ways, but I feel like they should have a time limit.
Yeah, for the T workers, you should look at them as firefighters or police officers.
Yeah.
Now, they're obviously not on that level, but you're still helping prevent troublesome behavior from other people. So if I'm a T worker, I'm just looking at it as I'm helping keep people safe. And I can't complain about that, because, like, what if it's my kids out there late? Or my family members, my cousins, aunts, uncles? Like, you never know.
Yeah, that's true. Or you could do Uber, something like that. Well, that concludes today's session. Thanks to everyone watching. We'll see you next time.